Jen from Fabulous Paper Emporium. I am doing the second version, I guess, of this super cute platform pop-up. So we did this over the weekend and used some of the very cute mice and the berries from the berry special. And I'm just a very sorry, I kind of got lost there. Very berry special stamp set. And of course I used the dies as well to cut those out. And I said or alluded to the fact that I had another idea in mind. And so we're using again the same platform pop-up dies. We're not going to use the add-on. The add-on is this back little piece here. So we're not using that today. I'm just going to cut out, well, obviously I've just cut out the base. Again, to create the base, you need 2 of the base cutouts. So one I've got already folded on the fold lines. Plus I figured doing it with the green is also probably going to be a little bit easier so that you can actually see all the different score lines that the die creates. So I've got 2 of those. I've got 3 of the hills. I didn't bother doing the grass. And you'll see why later. And then we need 3 T's. And for the 3rd T, I haven't done this yet, we're going to cut at the bottom score line. So just like so. We don't need that. Throw that away. So yeah, so I figured this was a great opportunity not to just do the base off camera, but to actually do it again so that once again you can see it, and probably actually a little bit better given the fact that I'm using a solid color this time instead of the gingham. So for the base then I've cut out 2, and I'm just going to go ahead and fold. I am madly looking around for my bone folder, which we have in store now too. We're starting to bring in some of the kind of like the essentials, let's say. So bone folder, we don't yet have a paper trimmer, but that is probably going to be next on the list. I feel like if companies stop coming out with such cute and amazing paper and stamps and ties, then you know, maybe we'll bring in some tools at some point as well. So I'm just going to fold every single score line, and that way my 2 pieces are ready to go. Okay, so this part's done. Great. The next part is finding my double-sided tape. So the 2 areas that I'm going to tape, I'm going to move the hills over to the side. So we have 1 piece again that has the bottom part cut off. I am going to set that to the side, and then I'm just going to put a little bit of score tape here at the bottom and here at the bottom. Okay, so those 2 pieces are done. This little tab here also needs to have some tape. So we are going to apply some of the tape like that. Same thing with this piece. Alrighty, done and done. Okay, so now we can kind of get started on putting this together. So I've got my first T here. Let me just fold that. So the first T here with the double-sided tape on this side. We're going to flip it over, and we're going to feed it through this little cutout part here. So feed it through like that just until it hits the top of the T. You can't pull it anymore. So what you're going to do is this score line, kind of just above or just below where the top of the T is. We're going to fold the bottom of the T back, peel off our adhesive, and get that down. The next thing that we're going to do is this part, the next fold line. So first we were folding on this line. The next one is the next one up, is the very next place that we're going. We're going to take the adhesive backing off of the top strip and just get that glued down right like that. Okay, so panel number 1 is done, or piece number 1 is done. We are going to follow the exact same steps for the second one. So I'm just going to fold that. We're flipping it over, feeding it through all the way to the top, excuse me. And I lay that down, trying to get this as straight as possible, but nobody's going to see it, so it's not incredibly essential. Then we're going to fold on the next fold line. We're peeling again, and then we're just folding that under, like on itself, and then voila. So if you look inside, that's where that last little flap got stuck right there. So then the next part is attaching these two. So I'm going to do the other way. So the other way is, I guess, the way that we were taught, that the lovely people at Lawn Fawn showed us. So by doing this, we are going to first do a couple of things. So I'm going to be sticking adhesive on this flap. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing on this flap. If I can just get it to lay down like that. And then on one of these sections, I'm going to apply some tape. So I'm not going further than that score line. You want to stay in this rectangle right here, because that's where the two are going to meet. And we obviously need some double-sided tape or something to keep it closed or keep them together. And liquid glue would work. I've not used it before, but liquid glue, it would just take a little bit longer for it to dry. So while you're putting it together, you just have to keep that in mind. That would be the only thing, the only exception, I guess, for the liquid glue, is you just can't kind of quite move on until it's at least a little bit dry. Okay, so how they showed us initially was, and I'm going to bring out my score mat because it's got some really fancy lines on it, and it allows me to kind of get things positioned the way I want them to. So what I would do here is I'm just lining my bottom part up with one of the lines, one of the dark black lines. So this way I know that I have this straight. I could also take some of this Post-it note tape, which I had seen people use, and I was like, really? How good is it? It's amazing. So I have a ton of these little bits because, of course, you don't need a lot. It's paper. It's pretty, just a little bit will keep it pretty secure. So just put some, I'm just going to put some at the top and the bottom here. And it's exactly like the little top part of the Post-it note, Post-it notes. So that's all this part is just like essentially the top part. So it doesn't rip the paper, which is great. It is usable over and over again. I don't know how many times I've used them, but like I want to say, because I use it to hold down my dies when I'm setting my dies through my die cutter, my Big Shot, or I can't remember the name of the other one, but so it works really well, and I just use it a little bit. I peel it off, I stick it on my Big Shot, and it's there for the next time. And when it doesn't stick anymore is when it goes in the garbage, which really takes a long time because I have die cut a lot. So with this flap here, I am basically butting up my second piece, right? Making sure that it is lined up. And then you'll also fold, so you'll fold, I just want to fold it back just to make sure that everything is good. So I am going to peel off, okay, I should have peeled off the sticky tape before I kind of moved everything into position. So making sure that everything is all nicely lined up, which it is now. Then we're just going to fold this over and press. And then you're going to do, once you've got one side done, it's pretty easy to get the other side done. You can also just stick these back on there and then it's good to go. So to do the other side, I would just basically fold this in half. But since I'm folding it in half, I might as well glue this part down too. So I'm going to peel off the adhesive backing from my strips here. And then as I fold it in half, just make sure that everything is aligned. And if you wanted to, add some liquid glue. That way you've got some kind of wiggle room there. Okay. And then for the second tab, at this point, all you have to do is peel that off and finish the fold in half. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to make sure that I can show this to you, but it's like not really working in my favor right now. Fold that in half, fold that down, get all the bubbles and there you go. Okay, so we have, oh my goodness. I just realized I forgot to put the middle T in. My T without the little stopper. I got a little overzealous, so it's not going to fit in there. I don't think it's the end of the world. Actually, I kind of got it in there quite a bit. Now I'm like wondering, I really haven't like set it down. I'm now trying to think of ways that I can actually feed this through without completely having to restart. Interesting. Yeah, it's not going to fit any more than that. I wonder if I can't get that. See, that's me being overzealous and forgetting a step. So what can I do here? I think I might be able to. Give me 1 second. I'm going to see if I can finagle my bone folder or something in here so that I can get that T in. Okay, I got an idea of what I'm going to do. But don't do this. Do as I say, not as I do. And this is just kind of for the sake of this tutorial. I'm probably going to have to remake this card, but that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. All right. So I just kind of, basically what I did was I sliced off a lot of the T, the bottom of the T. This is the bottom. So I was able to get my third piece. I just kind of wiggled it in and really kind of got it really stuck. So it's not going to go anywhere right now. So I'll be able to finish this tutorial for you. Oh my goodness. But it happens. It happens. So bringing in my little hills now, I'm going to grab my 1/8 score tape and run make sure I've got the back, run a quick little line of score tape at the bottom of each one of these. And then once this is done, I'm going to show you the little flowers that I have cut out. And this was kind of my idea for a Mother's Day card, showing you that you don't necessarily have to use it with Lawn Fawn stamps. you can use it with a bunch of different stamps, whatever you happen to have in your crafty stash at home. And since we're not using the add-on, which gives it the little curved backing at the back. Oh, and that was the other thing I wanted to mention. So I was mistaken. I think I said in my last tutorial that it would fit an A2 envelope. And it will, so long as you do not have the add-on. If you have the add-on, it makes it a little bit too wide or long to fit in an A2 sized envelope. So at that point you would need like an envelope that would fit a 5x7 card. So just wanted to correct my error in that. Okay, so now I've got the 3 little hills. I didn't chop any of them. I think that I've got this cute little just Mother's Day stamp that I'm not entirely sure where I'm going to be putting, so I'm going to leave that to the side. And these are the little flowers that I cut. So same stamp, and I basically fussy cut them all and colored them all myself using the alcohol markers that I have. So I'm going to basically arrange them like a little garden, I suppose it could be, like a bouquet of flowers. So I'm going to put some at the back and some on the front side of the little rolling hills. And I feel like that will give it like a really lush kind of full bouquet, so to speak. And I think for this purpose, I might use my liquid glue because I feel like it'll just be my friend. Hopefully it'll be my friend. Okay. But the glue is not being my friend. The glue is being pretty stubborn today. So I'm going to see if I can get it to run. There we go. Oh, that was a lot. Oof. All right. So I'm going to start with the flower at the back. And you could always use some foam tape too to give it a little bit more dimension. And then I think this next one is going in the front. I don't want to overlap them too much because I have 2, 4, 6, I have 8. So hopefully that'll make it look like a fairly lush garden. It was, certainly time consuming to fussy cut, but, I throw on something on TV, on Netflix, on what have you, and then, just kind of tune out and get the fussy cutting done. That's kind of my go-to when it comes to the fussy cutting anyways. All right, so I got my first layer of flowers down. Whoopsie. Got a little bit of glue kind of coming out there, so definitely don't want to close it and start pressing because I don't want the extra glue kind of coming out. So I'm then going to put more. What I should have done is started with these back ones. I don't know really why I started with the front, but I did. Okay, so these front ones, or the back ones rather, are going to go the same kind of arrangement. I'm elevating these ones just a little bit because the hill obviously has a little bit more height to it. So I am going to be putting these a little bit higher. one too. And do I have them both on the front? Yes, I do. Which is fine. Middle layer, I kind of put them front and back. I'm going to put this one just at the back to that one. And then I think this front one, trying to think of how I can get this. So this is basically how it looks like now. What it looks like now is all these flowers. Maybe this last one I think I'm going to put over on the end because I don't have anything to kind of stop me. So I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. Oh, I do have 8. For a second there, I thought I only put 3 because in my mind, when I was kind of planning this out, I was putting only 3 in the middle row, but obviously I put 4 just to make sure that that gets extra full. So these are the flowers that I already have there. I think I've got another bow that I cut out from the card. Since I was cutting out stuff, I just cut out some extra bow material. So I feel like I'm going to do this. I could put, just thinking to myself, I think I could put the, now I've got to find the score line again. I feel like that's not going to be my friend again. Oh wow, I'm really having a hard time finding the score line this time. It's like it was like an aha moment the last time. Oh yeah, no, found it. Found it. Having the die next to you really does help kind of pinpoint where it is. So what was I saying? I think I might even put the Happy Mother's Day on some acetate, kind of like what we did with the bumblebee on the first card, and then have it like in amongst the flowers. I feel like you can kind of having it stick up. I think I like that idea. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, let me get the bow done first. Usually I have a very clear plan in mind when I am doing a tutorial. So a lot of this is just kind of going with the flow and seeing what I feel looks good. And I got to push that down so that I can get my bow, the ribbons to the bow onto the card. There we go. And once I'm done this part, then we can get the sentiment kind of figured out and where we're going to put that. I really like the idea of putting it on. It doesn't have to be on some acetate. You could always stick it to the flowers, like, and have it really kind of be within the bouquet. And that could be done with any kind of flower. The flowers are kind of big, I guess, but I like them. It's a little tiny stamp set, which I thought I had handy. A little tiny stamp set that I have. Again, available on our website, but just a little hello and a little flower. Cute little stamp set that obviously can be used to make little thank you cards. Oh, I love how that looks. So lush. As lush of a paper, a paper bouquet as one will find. Paper flower bouquet. And I was a little bit overzealous there. pulling that up. I'm going to put the bow there. And that pops up like so. And then Happy Mother's Day. We are going to stick that on some acetate. I feel like would probably be the best. Have that kind of coming up, something like that. So you can still see it, but it's, you know, it's not too intrusive. I don't know if that's really the word I'm looking for, but okay. So I'm going to want that to be cut around there. Okay, perfect. I think that's pretty much in half. Well, that's as much in half as it's gonna be, so these two little pieces, again, it's gonna really depend on what flowers it is that you're using. If this is the type of card you're making, they're just about 2 inches. I've got 2 little pieces of acetate that I'm going to stick on. I'm gonna have adhere to the Happy Mother's Day. And again, probably should have done this, you know, before I had things all stuck in place in terms of my flowers, but it is what it is. You can still figure this out, I'm sure. I'll get rid of the sticky stuff, sticky glue that is coming. Oh, come on. I'm pretty sure I can probably give this to my mom because I'm fairly certain that she is not watching. So I'm not giving away any big surprises here. Yeah, I'm fairly sure she's not watching my tutorial. So, that is totally fine. Then I can get away with, you know, giving her the Mother's Day card. I'm probably giving away my dad's Father's Day card when that time comes. We'll be making it here, doing a tutorial, and then, you know, I'm not spoiling or wrecking anybody's surprise. I am using some double-sided tape for the bottom just because I don't really want to have to finagle my fingers, my fat fingers in there and trying to get things glued and stuck down. Oh, that's not where I wanted it to go. Okay, there we go. I don't want it intrusive, but I would like it to be, you know, that you could actually read it. You know, it is a card after all. There we go. Happy Mother's Day. So once it slides down, you can still read it. You still know the intended purpose. And then you pop it up and you've got all these beautiful flowers. I think, because I originally had this space, I had thought of putting the sentiment there, so I left it blank. But I think I am going to have to now figure out what to do for the front. You know, maybe not the strawberries. I'll have to figure something else out. I think that will have to be the second part, maybe, to my Happy Mother's Day. Oh, I did have another. Yeah, I think I could put another sentiment. I think I have another stamp, actually, that says "You are the best." So I think I will be able to put that down there because I don't have any more flowers stamped. Okay, so these are the options that I have for this because, of course, I've done the hill and had plans, and I'm not sure. I can't remember what those plans were, so I should have written it down. Oh boy. Anyhow, so these are my options. So I've cut out the "You're the Best" stamp. So I stamped it and just kind of cut it out and did the little flaggy things on the ends. I do have these as well. These are from another set we don't have in store, and I can't for the life of me remember what it was called. But I have them. I feel like I have them somewhere. I will give you the name in, shortly, I feel like. Oh boy. Oh, okay. So those ones are, these ones are from Garden Before and After. So that's what the stamp set looks like. Oh, obviously well loved. There's some cute little veggies, and then we've got some flowers, and of course all of these sayings. Totally, totally cute. And then I've got 2 of these little hearts, which I definitely am going to be putting on here somewhere, like that or something like that. Anyways, so the You're the Best is definitely getting used. So what other things, that's what I was kind of trying to figure out. One of the hearts could go on Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. I feel like that would be kind of cute. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to put one on here, and then one on my Happy Mother's Day sign. And then behind the You're the Best is where I was thinking of putting this. So like having something like that, but then not sure because I've colored those in all different colors and the other ones are red. So like having something like that, I think I might just do the You're the Best and go with it. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so move all these things off to the side. I've been thinking about adding berries and, I've got some vegetables, the vegetable ones, although I must admit, I don't know why. I thought all of them were carrots, but I did. And then I looked at the leaves going, they're not all carrots. They are different vegetables. It looks like one's a carrot. One is maybe I don't know, one is maybe a radish. And then the other, I don't know. Root vegetables are a rutabaga, maybe? Okay, so definitely putting one of the hearts on my Happy Mother's Day. And since I put it at the end there, I'm going to put this one at the beginning. Kind of cover some of the flag bit, but I like that. And then I'm going to run a piece of the 1/8 inch double-sided tape. Run that along the bottom. And then stick it onto the little hill. I'm not putting it flush with the bottom since I'm going to take advantage of the fact that there's a little bit of height to the hill. and this way the You're the Best isn't getting kind of lost. Well, that just kind of stuck there. So the other idea I think that I was toiling with, but like it was for like a hot second, was doing those little tiny flowers. The Berry Special has this little tiny flower right here. Yeah, I was going to cut out a bunch of those and fill the bottom one with that. But I actually think I really like this one. So this is going to be my Mother's Day card for my mom. So, yep. So that's it. But you can like clearly put it together with whatever stamps, whatever items that you might have. You can do this. You had a lot of leftover ephemera. I'm sure you can make something really kind of cool. And so I will probably be exploring this a little bit more as we go on, but I wanted to get at least 2 done for you just to show you and give you some hopefully give you some inspiration. And anytime I come out with another one, I certainly will share it. Hopefully you have enjoyed the tutorial for today. I do appreciate you stopping by. If you like this video or found it useful in any kind of way, give me a big old thumbs up. If not, you can give me a big old thumbs down. Like I said, YouTube, I don't think really cares. Thumbs up, thumbs down, it's interaction, so they like it either way. If you haven't already subscribed, don't forget to hit subscribe. There's a big red subscribe button underneath, or there's a little watermark at the bottom right-hand corner, and that will allow you to subscribe to my channel, which I really appreciate. We're working towards 500. And I would really, really be ecstatic if we can hit 500 by the end of May. Would be great. I feel like it gives us a lot of time. So share with your friends if you can or haven't already. The bell notifications are important, so this way you don't miss any new videos. And if you have any questions or comments, post them down below. We are always, always looking for comments so that we make sure that we get give you some of the answers if you have any questions. Thank you so much again. Hopefully you have a great day, a fabulous day, and you stay safe and well. Bye.